Hi, hello there. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are setting up my reading journal for the month of July. I'm sure you noticed at the beginning there was green all over my very first page. My daughter decided that she wanted to contribute to my reading journal and destroyed so many pages. So you'll see over here on the right hand side that I've actually got quite a few things done already. And that is because those pages also were covered in green marker, and instead of trying to just take them out, I decided to go ahead and try and do something with them. One of them ended up half black, and then one of them I did have to just take out completely and taped in a black dot grid paper from my Archer and Olive notepad. And then this one in the front was originally going to be a Dutch door, just as I had planned it, and I decided to try and cover it with like a splatter effect type thing. So this month, instead of tracking my hours read, I am going to go ahead and track method of reading, and that's what I'm sticking to the notebook here now. Ebook, audiobook, and physical book, and I'm just going to put a dot on each day that I read each type of book. I really like the way that these turned out. I printed these out and then stamped it and cursived the method of reading on it as well. Now that the bones of these two pages are pretty much done, I am going to go in with washi tape and stickers and kind of just add a little zhuzh and decorate it a little bit. I'm using a star washi tape and this purple moon washi tape. I actually later on off camera add a bunch of purple to the spreads as well, just because I use this washi tape almost throughout the entire setup, and I felt like it just didn't have anything that really went with it, color-wise at least, because most everything is either like this rusticy, antique-y color or white or black, really, and then this purple washi tape is just kind of all by itself. So I do go in with a purple highlighter off camera, and you'll see it in my final flip through as well, and kind of color in July and then my to be read here that I'm going to do in a few moments, and just kind of add a little bit more character to the spreads that way. I am working on my quote page right now, and I'm using the quote, "You are never alone when lost in the magic of a book," and I just love that. It's from Mary Lou. It's beautiful. I saw it and I was like, absolutely need to have that in my bullet journal this month, and I felt like it kind of went with this whole lunar, night, starry type vibe that I'm going for this month as well. This sticker that I'm sticking down now is another printable sticker that I just purchased from Etsy. I will have that linked below if you're interested in it. The book image I found on Google. If I can find it again, I'll go ahead and link that below as well, but it was just like a Google Images search. I searched like books in space, I think. So if I can find that again, I will also link that. My to be read this month is going to be hopefully a little bit more extensive than it usually is. I do have a week and a half coming up at the end of July off of work for some vacation time, and I am just really hoping that this month I can just devour some books. I want to read so many books this month, and like I'm not even sure how many. I want to read more than 10. I know that much. So I left myself enough spaces to put at least 10 books, hopefully a few more. And hopefully even I read more than that, just because I'll have a week and a half off of work. I might still take my kids to my in-laws to spend the day with them, since my in-laws do like to spend time with the children. So that might be an option, and I'll just sit at home and read all day. That just sounds like the dream to me. So for my to be read this month, I'm going to give myself 2 lines worth of space here to write down the book, the format of the book, and the author. I'm going to do the first line, which is going to be the book title. I'm going to do that in black, and then I'm going to come back and do like a gray color as the secondary line. That way it kind of still goes together. So I'll have all of that information on my to be read list. And then once I actually start reading a book, I put a small dot in the rectangle to the side. And when I finish that book, I'll go back in and change that small dot to a triangle. Not a triangle, to a star. And I did that this past month for June, and really ended up liking the way it looked, and it gave me a way to mark off something from my to be read list instead of crossing out what I wrote, because that just kind of felt to me like it would be a little too messy at that point when I went back to look at it. So I'm gonna stick with this method again. It is probably something that I will be doing going forward as well, because I do just like it so much. Now I am filling in my side here that I have colored black with a Faber-Castell black brush pen. And I chose that one instead of using my TomBow dual brush pens, because I have seen other YouTubers reference that the TomBow dual brush pens, they make it almost impossible to use a white gel pen. So I opted for the Faber-Castell brush pen, and it did work very well. And after my daughter having colored all over the inside of my reading journal on some pages that I couldn't just kind of like rip out or just cover completely, I did try and go over that green brush marker with a white gel pen, and it did not work very well. It just kind of changed the color of the gel pen to make it like a softer green instead of erasing it completely. So good to know there. I'm just adding now a little bit of detailing to the letters for my TBR. I was just thinking that maybe if I added a little bit of line, it would give it some more character. But then, like I said earlier, I do go back in and just color the letters purple, and that just kind of really gives it what it needs to give. And then I'm straightening this sticker. I don't know why that's the only one I straightened, since the other ones are also crooked, but you know what? It's fine. This next page is going to be my stats page, and this time I'm keeping my stats page the same, but the black page next to it I'm going to turn into a totals page. So for May and June, I just kind of did a stats page similar to this, where I have the title, the page count, the date I started, the date I ended, and the genre. This month I am adding format here as well, and I am going to count up all my totals and put them on the next page over. For the past couple of months, I've just been kind of writing them at the bottom, and it's really not aesthetically pleasing for me. And in order for me to continue to do it, I have to be aesthetically pleased by it, honestly. So that's why I decided to make the totals its own page, and then I can go in with like some of my large stamps and like stamp my page count, my total books read, and stuff like that. So you'll see that here momentarily. For the stats page, I do have all of the same information, like I said. I did it on a little kind of spiral notepad, and so I will add some lines into the depth of it to make it look like a notepad, and then I'm also going to color the top of the notepad black to kind of give it a little bit more character, and then I fill that with star stickers and moon stickers off camera, I believe. So this right here is where I'm coloring it black, but I used more of a transition to kind of omit all of the coloring aspect of it. I also color the whole background of it the light gray, the TomBow N95 dual brush pen. So for my totals page, you'll see me pull some items out. I had already really kind of planned out how I wanted this page to look. I've got my genres total, my page total, my books total, and then I have a spare section for whatever I forgot, honestly, because usually I come back and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have done this as well. So I just kind of am planning for the future, for future me to come back and be like, oh, I really wish I would have done this too. And now I've got a space for it already. Everything that I'm putting on this page is, other than the craft paper, is not cardstock, is stickers. So I'm adding a moon sticker to the top. This moon image with the purple bluey tones in it is also a sticker. I printed that out on sticker paper from Google. And then I've got my 4 craft paper cutouts for my books, pages, genres, and then my extra future me problem one. I also have a little totals written out on the side where I fussy cut it out. I just calligraphied totals on that same craft paper and then fussy cut it out. I don't think that I add that in the video because there's quite a bit missing from this video, honestly. Towards the end, after I'm all like 3/4 of the way through the next page, my video card was full and my camera was about to die. So I had to stop recording, obviously. And I ended up life happened and I ended up doing everything else off camera because it was just too much to set it all back up again. So when we get about there, it's going to go to the next day kind of thing, when really in reality it was like, it's been like 2 weeks since I've done this, and as I'm speaking right now, I still have not filmed the final flip through. So once I get to that part of the video, I'll have to stop, go film my final flip through, and then come back and finish my voiceover. So go me, you know? But everything else was kind of done. I just added a bunch of purple really to all of the spreads to kind of tie in that purple throughout. And then after I finished everything, like quite literally just a couple of days ago, I realized that I never put my new words spread. And when I put it in last month, it was kind of on a whim. I wasn't sure if I would actually use it, but I have filled it out. Like my page is half full of new words that I've learned from the books that I've been reading. So I really wanted to have a new words spread as well. I did that spread off of camera, and honestly, it's my favorite one of the entire month. So when I do my final flip through, I'll have to give that one a little extra moment, some shine time, you know, because it's good. I love it. So back to what I'm actually doing. This is my favorites spread. I have only used it once because June is not yet over yet, and I started my journal in May. But what I've been doing is just pasting a photo of the cover or just a fancier photo of the book that was my favorite that month, just so I can kind of keep track. I do want to do a year, like, winner spread, so I figure if I've got these spreads in my journal, I can do it at the very end. Somehow I have managed to just ramble for this entire video, and we are already at the final flip through. So take a peek, see how everything turned out in its final form. Let me know what you think below. If you have made it to the end of my video, please go ahead and leave me some type of book emoji below. I would love to see it. And if you are still here, let me know, is there any specific content you would like to see from me related to journaling, scrapbooking, DIYing, digital planning, digital stickers, anything like that? Leave me a comment below and just let me know. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I do hope everyone has a great rest of their day.